As you begin to write papers that require research and include information from outside sources, you will need to let your readers know where the information came from. You do so by citing your sources. Within the body of your paper, you will provide a short note letting your reader know that the ideas have come from someone other than you. At the end of your paper, you will provide a list of sources which gives more detailed information about where your information came from. This is typically known as a works cited page. There are a number of different organizations that publish rules for how to write those citations. If you are a psychology or other social science major, then you may find that you must follow guidelines from the American Psychological Association, or APA. Historians and humanities majors may be required to follow the Chicago Manual of Style. Someday, if you ever find that you have to do a medical research paper, you would use the American Medical Association rules for citing your sources. Regardless of your academic pursuits, you have to cite your sources. Most undergraduate students taking English composition classes will learn how to cite sources using guidelines from the Modern Language Association, or MLA. As you may remember from the Homework 1 scavenger hunt assignment, failing to cite your sources is known as plagiarism, which is a serious violation of the academic integrity policy. Committing plagiarism comes with steep consequences, which may have a negative impact on your academic future. But why is citing sources so important? At its most basic level, the function of citing sources is to give credit to the researchers who did the challenging work of conducting studies, gathering data, and writing about their findings. There are other reasons to cite your sources as well. Doing so helps you establish yourself as a member of an academic community engaged in scholarship. It protects your integrity and the integrity of the institution in which you learn. Finally, it opens a conversation between you and your reader wherein you introduce them to new ideas through the paper you've written. Citing the sources lets your reader know where your information came from so they can explore that resource further and learn more about the subject at hand. So let's look at how to cite your sources using the MLA guidelines. This is an example from a student paper about the psychology field. This is just a short passage, but it contains information that has come from two different sources. All of the information in the paper is paraphrased, meaning that the student summarized it in their own words. If they had used content directly quoted from the source, that text would have been bracketed in quotation marks and followed directly by an in-text citation in parentheses. The only time you should use a direct quote is when the information is necessary to help you make the point you are trying to make, and that the quote is so uniquely stated and well written that you simply can't put it any other way. The information in this student's paper was general enough that they could easily paraphrase the ideas. This paragraph includes two citations. The first citation appears in the middle of the paragraph. It is an abbreviated notation letting the reader know where the information came from and consists of just the title of the article in the quotes followed by the title of the part of the website where that information is from. That citation lets us know that all of the information that preceded it in the paragraph has come from the same source. But how do we know what that source really is? The student gave us an introductory statement letting us know that this information is from the Occupational Outlook Handbook. But you don't have to include an introductory statement to let your reader know what your source was. The second citation lets us know that the second half of the paragraph is from a different source, but doesn't have a statement in the paragraph to say what that source is. The list of works cited entries comes at the end of the paper and provides us with that information. You can easily find the source listed alphabetically by the author's last name, or if there is no author, by the title of the article. The last citation in the paragraph indicates that the information came from an article entitled Counseling Psychologist. This matches the first entry in the works cited list, so we can easily see that the article came from the College Foundation of North Carolina. Works cited entries contain authors' names, if applicable, the title of the article, the website or publication, the date the article was published, and the website where the article was found. If no publication date is listed, then you can simply write ND for no date. The list of works cited entries should be double-spaced. The first line of each entry should be aligned with the left margin. All subsequent lines for that entry should be indented. This makes a long list of citations easier to scan for specific sources. I hope this helps demystify the citation process. Fortunately, there are numerous resources to help you if you have questions. The Durham Tech Library has a list of resources, and the librarians are also able to help if you have questions about citing your sources. You can also go to the MLA website for up-to-date guidelines and rules. Finally, the Online Writing Lab, or OWL at Purdue University, publishes guidelines and includes example papers so you can see what a properly formatted paper should look like. Also, don't forget to reach out to your instructors if you have specific questions about how they are asking you to cite your sources.